Good evening. This is John Presco coming to you live from Springfield, Oregon on July 4th, 2026. The truth will set Drew Benton free. How do you set a dead person free? Well, it's alleged that and concluded by the Bullhead Detective Department and the coroner that Drew Benton was a suicide. And in talking to her coworker, he said that he and other employees at Walmart did not believe that Drew Benton was capable of taking her life and mutilating herself as she is accused of. She stabbed herself 22 times in the thigh with a knife, blood everywhere. I just found something on my blog that I was rereading what I just posted. And so Tom Snyder to me. Boy, come on, I hope I didn't lose it. It's dated March 30th, 2001, 5:46 p.m. Subject, question on RRR. Hi, John. Visited your website the other day and noticed you have the poem, Your Name, posted. I think it's beautiful. Lillian had given me a copy some time ago, and I'm wondering if you know where it was published. Have you met Heather yet? Best T. It's the key that opens it all up, folks. What a evil power player author this guy is. He has no right to write anything about any artist or poet or anything. He's a parasite, vengeful parasite. He's playing me. He's gloating that he's got Aunt Lillian on his side. Aunt Lillian gave him this poem written by my grandfather, Royal Reuben Rosamond, RRR. Have you met Heather yet? So there's fucking business. Oh, I'm sorry. The law firm of Buck, Hessinger, Rose, and Morris gave him permission to delve into my personal family business. So he could publish a book and they can make a movie from that to increase the waning interest in customers buying Rosamond art. And who owns Rosamond art? Well, my nieces. Christine left everything to my nieces, Drew Benton and Shannon Seidel. But the movie, funds from the movie and the book are going to who? Stacey Perot? You know, see, there's a hidden partnership here. I believe it. So Tom is saying that he wants it. He's seen that poem on my website, and I probably got it copyrighted. That one crashed. But he's going to ignore my copyright because Aunt Lillian gave him a copy of this poem. Lillian had given me a copy some time ago. Some time ago, huh? What year is this? 2001? This is tough, folks. This is tough. Because Aunt Lillian told me that she has a picture of my daughter taken in the Rosamond Gallery. Tom Snyder was there, and so was my brother. So was my sister. Okay. And Aunt Lillian couldn't make it, but she's got a photograph. So Lillian's fallen suit. Well, let's just dig it to John Gray. He's never going to get a book. We're just going to fuck him up. We're going to use his daughter to do it. That's what this is about, folks. This is evil. Heather's 16 years old. I'm going to sue the fuck out of Robert Brevoort, Buck, and his little cover-up boy, Tom Snyder. No way were they going to allow me to write a book and publish a book because I'm asking good questions. This is an effort by some powerful people to shut me up. It's a cover-up. How much did Drew Benton know about the events March 24th, 1994? What really happened out there at Rocky Point? We know that Stacey Perot covered up the party, but she let it slip. It's there. Oh, I was invited. I just come back with my parents, and I was invited out to a beach party with Christine. Or Christine was going to be there. See, but then we learned that she drowned. But it's a party. It's a sober birthday party. And Drew Benton is there. She's 8 years old. And she knows everything. She knows everything that happened out there. She knows everything that was said afterwards. She knows what was said in their mother's house, where people gathered to talk about books and movies. Before the funeral, that Drew Benton didn't go to, or neither did Garth Benton. See, but I'm going to put these two people together now, Garth Benton and Tom Snyder. So what am I saying? Well, I'm going to come right out with it. I already knew the answer to the riddle about the locked door. I believe I got it. Why was that door locked? Why was Drew Benton locked outside and bleeding on the balcony? And she can't get in her apartment, can she? The door's locked. She doesn't have the key on her. They didn't find a key anywhere around her, did they? So this is it, folks. Drew Benton's computer is a motherlode of family secrets. A motherlode of family secrets. And someone wanted those secrets to be expunged and erased. And that person wanted the computer. And that person wanted the death certificate for me. His brother called to get it because there was some debt that Heather and Damian Bosley had incurred together. Like what? He signed for a computer. We're going to get the sheriff. I don't know. I'm going to have to get someone besides I'm calling for a new investigation, folks. And if I get any dragging of any feet, I've already written the mayor. Where do I go now? The district attorney? So did Drew finally give the password? And then she threatened to destroy the computer. And this person didn't want her to destroy the computer. Did he drag her outside and lock the door and run away? Because there's people coming out of their apartments down there. I've got some testimony from a coworker about coworkers that lived in that apartment coming out the apartments. So he locks the door. So Drew can't get in there and destroy the computer. That's a good theory, isn't it? See, we got proof that Tom Snyder is going after my daughter. And Patrice Hansen knows it, and Heather Hansen knows it. Okay, here we go. The Book of Evil Abuse of Sexual Abuse of Children and to hide crime. To use children to hide a crime is evil. So we're going to read what Tom Snyder got out of Drew Benton. Okay? Should have had this ready. Yet by the close of the two sessions with Garth, he was wondering aloud if it might not be valuable. This is made up shit, folks. This is made up shit by an author who had contacted my daughter. And he's playing her and me, my mother, and Aunt Lillian. This is page 197. Yet by the close of the two sessions with Garth, he was wondering aloud if it might not be valuable for Drew to have a telephone conversation with me. Returning home, Garth talked with Drew about that possibility and what its benefits might be, that in contributing to her mother's story, there could be a feeling of completion for her as well. But the final decision about participating was to be Drew's alone. This book came out 2001, 8. Drew's 16. What? A few days later, Garth phoned to let me know that Drew said she was feeling stressed over the prospect of dredging up old images of the Benton Rosamond household. She had been so young and with a share of unhappy memories, it was a daunting prospect. Time passed and no call came from Drew. The possibility in my mind began to fade. Drew Benton had 8 years to tell her story. Drew Benton had 8 years to go to therapy, talk to someone she trusts, someone that's on her side, and get the story out. There's no talk about the trauma of watching her mother die before her eyes. The real trauma is that there were bad things that happened during the divorce between Christine Rosamond Presco and Garth Benton. There were bad things. But what about the death of her mother? Well, that doesn't seem to upset her. She didn't go to the funeral, and somehow Vicky said Garth dropped her off to play video games with Seamus. And my detective friend said, look at that. She's unfazed. It's like she doesn't care. Her mother's just had a funeral. Michael Harkins will talk about that. In the helpful way he was, Garth let Drew know it was still her decision. Boy, isn't the suspense killing you? I mean, wouldn't you want to hear, the wave and the first-hand account of the giant rogue wave coming in and washing the boat in the sea? But it was still her decision. Not long after that, my phone chirped, and a voice as musical as wind chimes and softer than cotton candy said, "This is Drew. This is Drew." Where do these people get this permission? Oh, I know. One of the most powerful law firms in California, if not the United States, owned by Robert Brevoort Buck of the famous Buck family and the Brevoort family. Now, is this a quote? Oh. Garth had shown me a recent photograph. What father would be without one? Question mark. In which Drew's shy beauty is accompanied by a remarkable presence. That picture came to mind as Drew laughed over something we shared. Quite suddenly, I was the one feeling daunted. Are the fireworks out there? 11:24. Drew had nothing to do with this. This is all made up conversation. Because she's not talking. She's not telling what happened. So evil child molester, this is child molestation. For a higher ghostwriter that's not a member of the family to solicit, family secrets, from 16-year-olds, evil. And he went after my daughter, Heather Hansen. Yet, in the first conversation, Drew was able to place fully in her young care a complete stranger, an author writing of events that took place more than half a lifetime ago for her. Drew offered both comfort and insight in ways unknown to most of us. She learned that I was doing some work in website design, and we talked a little about her abilities and interest in computer graphics. No. To tell you that's how Drew is making money? Designing website, computer graphics? I asked Damien to send me her artwork that she did on the computer. He didn't. She grew more confident. I grew more enchanted. Really, really, Tom? After you got my aunt to betray her nephew, me? And after you're having conversations with Patrice Hansen and Heather Hansen? You ask if I've seen them yet. So, yeah. See, they haven't made up their mind whether they want to see me. So and you think Tom Snyder knows that? He's digging it in, folks. They're diabolical piece of shit. That all too brief conversation became for me the topping piece of all the experience that had made up a research for most of this work. You know? What? Wait a minute, where's the rogue wave? What did I say? To be captured by the unconditional love of a child. I want my lawyer reading from this. You know, read the Tom Snyder's face. He sits behind the witness stand, and so does the audience of my Netflix hit, The Dead Betty Hour. This is it. This is the biggest Dead Betty Hour thing ever. To be captured by the unconditional love of a child on the cusp of becoming a woman. Can you believe this? Can you fucking believe this? On the cusp of becoming a woman. And we're talking about computer graphic designs. Huh? Oh. Is to find one's own heart. See, he's found his heart now, seducing a 16-year-old traumatized, mentally ill child, daughter of Christine Roosevelt. In whatever condition it may be, in short, Drew is not only gifted in nearly every regard, but she intends to make the most of it. And this would have been dearer to Christine than anything else. To know that Drew finds time holy. What the fuck? Holy, holy, seraphim. It's like watching a long movie, and these people aren't related to me. I go, who are these people? I don't know them. So 11:28, and all the fireworks have stopped. Drew finds time holy and draws everything she possibly can from each moment. A childhood anecdote makes the point. Not long after her mother's death, Drew began carrying a huge one-volume edition of the Random House Encyclopedia to school. The book weighed at least 18 pounds, perhaps a third as much as a tiny girl who stuffed it with great care into her backpack. It so unnerved her father that Garth finally asked Drew why she's carrying it. Are we going to get to the fucking roadway or not? Because Drew said, my mother never got to learn everything she meant to or go to all the places she wanted to. We talked about Africa, about going on a safari to see all the animals I love so. Daddy, I can't afford to miss a minute. It is the kind of conscious awareness that many adults traveling the world all their lives never achieve. Where's the goddamn roadway? I'm going to be cheated on the roadway. Thank you, Drew. In your own way, you brought us to the end of the story and home. Amen. Man, this is my daughter comes out with holy, holy, with the. Can you fucking believe this? No, no judge, no sane, no therapist is going to believe this. That she stuffed a 16-pound encyclopedia in her backpack and carried around at school, you know. And she didn't go to the funeral, and there she is. An hour after the funeral, we come home, she's led in the house. I think she was next door to McCurdy's. She's sitting there playing videos with Seamus Dundon. Good old Seamus, He was out there at Rocky Point. Do we get his testimony? Well, let's go look. Oh, no, we don't get his testimony about what happened up. Oh, no, we're at postscript now. Oh, shit. I want to hear about Christine sitting on that last rock. I want to hear Drew say, my mommy sat down that last rock where they're back to the scene. She says, a wave came right now and I could drown. And I went, holy crap. I think my mother's gone crazy. I better run to high ground. Oh, no, I didn't run anywhere to high ground. I just stayed with her. She's my mom. I'm not going to leave her alone to die alone by the roadway. See, she's free now. Drew's free. Because she read this. She knew it wasn't real. She knew it was made up, like all the other shit was made up. Drew suffered from mental illness since she was like 5. Vicky said she had some kind of mental condition. And Vicky got her on SSI and got her meds and medication and moved her in. The book is a flop. They come out with a movie script that had Shannon, Drew's niece, in tears. And the abuse continued to Drew was dead. And apparently, after she jumped off that railing, probably to save her life, because her tormentor was coming at her. And she jumped. And she lived. Bill, the person that thinks the stalker got to her, he said there was a guy at work that was stalking her and went to jail for making a death list, and Drew was at the top. People play some evil games on computers, and Drew was on what's the name of that one? Green Hill or something like that. And Vicky was really powerful, and I actually had got a character and went on there and played games. But a kill list could mean you're out there to kill a character on some kind of game. See, but I've cast enough doubt upon everything that I'm going to be writing a letter to the Pismo Police Department calling for an investigation. I want to know what happened to my sister. Christine Rosamund Benton and Drew Benton are dead. They should be alive. They should be enjoying the creative artistic legacy that I began at 12 years old, and Christine gave me full credit. Says, you taught me everything I know, Greg. My full name is John Gregory. So there's some fireworks. I know I'm leaving something out, but I'm still in shock that Drew is too traumatized to tell what happened, her version of what happened. I don't fucking buy it. And she was so traumatized over something that she stabbed herself 22 times in the leg. I don't buy it. I believe she might have jumped off that balcony to get away from somebody. I want that police report open. They spent hours one morning looking at the blood on that balcony, and I suspect they found blue footprints in the blood. And I suspect Damien Bosley and his brother. Okay? Drew was flipping out. And there was a report from the medical people that she went to. They didn't keep her. She should have been restrained. So she jumps. And it's not but maybe, I don't know, 25-foot jump into some bushes. It's going to break your fall. And she tries to crawl away. She's crawling away, and then she's crying out in pain because she broke her hip. People that have worked with her, at Walmart, are coming out of their apartments and they're talking to her. They take her to the hospital, and she dies of a heart attack 2 hours later. She had tubes in her and breathing, everything. When did those tubes get put in there? After she had the heart attack or before? Did someone come to that hospital and terrorize her? It's a possibility. And I'm going to withhold that name, send it to Detective Olstrom at the Bullitt Police Department. This case is not closed. How many people knew that Drew had a lot of information, that she knew where the bodies were buried? Now you got to ask, was Drew Benton blackmailing people? Okay. She had to quit her job because she believed she was being stalked. I want to know that if that's true. She's out of work. So she starts texting people and family members, maybe Seamus Dundon, maybe Jim Dundon, other people around the area. She says, hey, I'm going down. The people owe me. I kept my mouth shut. Most of my life, I didn't tell the truth about what happened out there at Rocky Point. I want you people to take care of me. And I said, you don't got anything. And she shows it to him. And one thing that she could have is the tape that I made when I went to Bullhead City to interview Aunt Lillian for my novel, Bonds with Angels. And Vicki, when I was trying to get along with everybody, the new start, saw my daughter, they met my family. Vicki asked me for that tape. I really miss Aunt Lillian. Can you send that tape to me? And I said, oh God, maybe I ought to make a copy of that tape. And I says, just in case I'm being bullshitted again, manipulated, lied to. But I said, no, I got an hour copy I made on my cassette. Me and Lillian talking in Vicky's living room, Bullet City. The judge is going to hear that, Mr. Tom Snyder. How you and what's his name, Scott Hale, who lived there near Aunt Lillian, you went up to the house and she told you that, she promised John, she did an interview and you said, oh, fuck him. We got his daughter. He's scared. He's confused. Now we got his his uh his grandfather's poem. We're gonna fuck that dude up, right, Tom? Isn't that what you're talking about with Scott Hill, who lived near Aunt Lillian? Guess what? I'm gonna fuck you up, buddy, in court. I'm gonna send this to my attorney that I just read. Fuck you. You've had your fun, you child molester. You molested both children to solicit secrets or try to get secrets out of a child when they're unwilling to give them to you. I think it's illegal, but it's really fucked up, you fucking asshole.